Questions about South Africa's relation with the Central African Republic is raised, and Piega denies commending police on Marikana massacre. With the latest news updates, I'm Hasina Gori. Questions are being raised about the relationship between South Africa and the Central African Republic in the wake of the 13 local soldiers who were killed during a rebel uprising in the African country. The South African National Defence Force says the troops are in the CAR following a memorandum of understanding which was first signed in 2007. The MOU was subsequently renewed in December last year. The South African government maintains the troops are there to capacitate the CAR army. Sanusha Naidu from the South African Foreign Policy Initiative program says the relationship is questionable.
It's a relationship that many people want to know how far it extends, what is the nature. The president that came to power in the Central African Republic also came to power in a coup. And by coming into power through a coup, he himself raised certain questions about his own democratic processes in his own country. These are questions that we have to raise in the context of the fact that he did not live up to some of those obligations is what we're hearing. So we need to be much more clearer and coherent about this relationship with the Central African Republic.
Military experts say South Africa's parliament should be more involved in decisions on deploying soldiers in conflict areas. The country is facing a wave of criticism after South African soldiers were killed in the Central African Republic by rebel forces at the weekend. It has since emerged that Pretoria was warned by CAR President Francois Bozize that the rebels were about to depose him. Bozize was in the country last Friday and met with President Jacob Zuma. Conflict management specialist Asan Baruli says involving a parliament is one way of taking a range of views into account before taking a decision.
If it comes now to motives or other things which people does not know, because we have the parliament which represents always the people, and the parliament should agree whether the local or the national army should take place in one activity or another outside of the country. So that's why we have the parliament in every country. So it's the role of the parliament to decide on that issue.
And finally, National Police Commissioner Ria Piega has told the Marikana Commission that she never commended the police for firing at striking miners last year, but for the work they did in crowd control. This after evidence leader advocate Mbuyiselo Madlanga questioned her on a statement she made while addressing police officers days after the shooting. Piega was criticized after she told the officers that whatever happened represented the best of responsible policing. Although Madlanga says it was irresponsible for Piega to make such a statement, she maintains the police followed standard operating procedures.
I have replied to say the statement that you mentioned did not make reference to the deaths. It made reference to the processes, to the prescripts, to the standard operating procedures that the police followed in doing their work. I have also said that the request to play this statement in its totality, when I led my evidence, was important so that the total context be taken into account.